Say it again, John.
Strongest ass whooping, Marcus. Look at the screen, Marcus.
This one?
Watch this. Damn!
One of the greatest temptations I'm facing right now is getting lazy with my style and saying I ain't appreciating Mike's town. I serve too small a market, I need a larger target. You know, a broader audience who's spending dollars on this. And as of right now, this temptation for making some crazy statements, complaining, but I know how pride sounds. I'm everybody's favorite, maybe one of the greatest, the peak of every playlist. You'd be a lame to hate this, but the truth is it's foolish to say this. So please bear with my foolishness, cause I've concluded it's stupid to fake it. I Google my name too much, think that my fame is just,
We have
but
special
still it
guest on
ain't
today.
enough.
Our friend Josh. How you doing, Josh?
I'm doing well. You know?
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Yeah,
Listen,
no.
let's redo it.
Okay, so
I'm doing well. It's first opportunity to be here. You know, today.
It actually wasn't first, but
let's not get into that now. Okay, so we're gonna start talking about Smile.
Yeah, Smile.
Well,
won't be spoilers before we go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for that, Jamal. Spoiler warning. Since you're our guest here today, how you want to start us off?
I've been watching the videos, so I feel like we should go down.
Okay, well he's got a list, everybody.
I got a little list. It's for the viewers, so y'all can won't be wasting y'all's time. But
in the comments, go to the end after the end of the video. In the comments, put if you want him back or not.
Yeah. In the comments, say if you like this method of reviewing or the prior.
Let's go. What's your first?
So first of all, we're just gonna say just general points on the plot. Go around and see who all what you thought about the plot so far. So yeah, just starting off. In my opinion, I thought the plot was great. I thought the pacing was well according to the plot as well. I think that essentially the story, how it all kind of transpires within a small town, and these group of characters that we haven't really seen in different movies. As far as myself, I haven't seen them, but I think they did a real good job in this plot. I think that overall, I would give it a good. I'd say it was a good movie.
I thought you were about to give it a rating. We say that too.
No rating. I watch the videos.
Okay, he know the format.
I know the format. Me and Jamal looked at each other like.
No. I think that just overall, I think that the plot itself worked very well for what the movie was presenting. It didn't take itself too serious as far as the type of movie it's presenting itself to be. And I think that overall it was a good popcorn scary film. So that's my take on it, on the plot.
Okay, well, let's start us off. How going into it, when you first started, you got there in that opening scene. Did it hook you?
Yeah, I think the opening scene did hook me. I mean, and since it is a spoiler warning, just from my memory, it's been a minute since we saw this movie, but just from what I can recall, I think the opening really, because it sets the tone. When you watch a scary movie, when you watch a horror film, you really want to see how the first opening act, whether it be 5-10 minutes in the film, is going to determine your interest in the rest of the film, especially for a horror movie. Because some films try to either get you with a jump scare or something to kind of hook you in and see okay, let's just test the waters, or they go all out in the first few minutes and then the rest of the movie can kind of damper away. But I feel like this movie really set the tone just on the effects, as far as the gore aspect of it too, because I think in the first scene she's a patient, she's coming in and you're like, okay, let's try to follow the story. I've seen the trailer plenty of times, so you kind of know what to expect going in, but man, some of those scenes, the grotesqueness of it, and just the consistency throughout the movie. But yes, as far as the opening scene, when she slit her throat, her face actually, and it kind of went down.
Yeah, she went from cheek to underneath her throat. Yeah.
And I feel like just seeing that, because some movies they clip to a different scene, seeing that actually transpire and then seeing it all the way through as for what it was, and just seeing how they animated that, because obviously it's not real, but how they animated that compared to other current movies that's out today, where it might be a camera scene to another one, because you don't get to see it, it's off screen. I think that's amazing. I love when movies do that, because it's sometimes unexpected because we don't get to see that a lot, but it's also very well wanted if you're a big horror movie fan. So definitely love the opening scene. How about you guys?
He basically just talked for everybody.
That was a good description. I think he hit all the points that we would have all brought up.
Yeah.
Let's go to your next point.
Yeah, so to my next point, I have characters and actors and their performance. So in the horror movies, you really want the actor to, especially if they're the main cast, to sell the movie. And just a pivot, I do love when horror films have a group of actors that I've never seen before. So I know the main character in this one, she is not a familiar face. I do know her husband is familiar from just The Boys. He was in there.
Who's he?
It was the black guy, her husband.
Mother's Milk?
I don't. Yeah, no.
The Train.
The Train.
The Train.
Yeah. Okay. So like, it is characters in here you'll see that are familiar, and it's like Harold and Kumar was in there. He was the
he was her boss.
Her boss. Yeah. So it's like, you see those characters, but the main character herself, I didn't know much, but I think she did a great job in selling just the fear that's in there and kind of like utilizing the environments to really set the tone of like moving forward how she's going to react to certain things. Because these type of movies, you know that it's called Smile, so you know that the horror is going to be some entity or something that's causing everyone to do this creepy smile. So you know that going in, but it's when a director can make the movie to where you're reacting to things, whether it be in the background or whether it be just on a different character that's not the main character, and seeing how she was responding to things, seeing how she was her performance, I think was overall grade A performance. It was sold the movie for me, especially in the few scenes that she was in the intro. So I definitely think that she did a very good job. So,
what's your favorite part?
I think my favorite part in the whole movie, I'm kind of skipping to the end, but I think my favorite part in that entire movie is the monster reveal, honestly, because again, that's my favorite thing is when directors take a chance and they bring the monster into the light, basically, right? Because some films it might cut to a dark spot, or again they're off scene, or they show like just a snippet of what is actually chasing people, like what is actually the antagonist, or is it the antagonist of the film? It's very rare when people. I feel like in more modern movies that they're actually starting to do that more, but when we get to see the full, she comes out of the bedroom. This is towards the end of the movie. But she tries to isolate herself basically because she finds the loophole into how to prevent the monster from, spreading like a disease, right? And then how do you stop a disease from spreading if you're the last one with the disease? Well, you isolate yourself, and it's kind of like just try to, I guess she was trying to abide the time. I'm kind of blanking on what her strategy was per se. I just know she couldn't see.
There was no strategy.
Well, the strategy was that she had to, if she was to kill someone in front of someone else, it passes on to that person. But if she was to, I think if she was to die in front of someone from the monster doing it, then because they suicide themselves basically. So she was trying to make sure that she didn't do it in front of someone, and it would have passed along. So I think just the monster reveal in that scene where they incorporate her mother, because the mother I think was in the intro scene actually, when they show her coming up and then she just tall as all it can be, and it kind of, again, it reminds me of a movie we're going to bring up towards the end, but it follows the tall man in there. So
I think a lot of movies do that.
A lot of movies, the tall form.
You think so? Like
word when you can.
Are you thinking like more for the tall? What you guys referred to?
I mean, they even did the tall creature thing.
Annabelle, or
you
like
remember New Mutants and
yeah.
Story? She had a fear of a tall type of creature, or something like that.
I
know it's not a contest of a superhero thing, but still, the tall creature, the tall deformed creature, a lot of.
Same thing with the Crooked Man and Insidious. Mm-hmm. Was it Insidious or what's the other movie?
Not saying they ripped anything.
No. I agree. I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like in her,
they had a demon called the Crooked Man, and it kind of had some similarities with this one.
Well, and what I mean by the tallness was just an aspect of the monster itself, because what the actual monster was, we didn't get the it was just showing a malformed version of her mother, which was just extended limbs and the facial. So it wasn't actually the creature. The monster reveal in itself, like, you see that part, but that's not what it really looks like. You don't get to see it until like the very last scene where she kind of goes into her mouth, and it's kind of like, that's it. You just gotta get the reference by seeing the movie, but. I think that when you see that part too, and you see how it transforms into this, like, what it actually is, which is like skinless and deformed, and the face has just like multiple mouths.
Slimy.
Yeah, slimy. And it's just like, and again, like it is a lot other movies current, because I feel like directors are being more bold in their approach to a monster film or demonic film, or however you say it, where there is a entity that is given a physical form, because you can play into that, just like the movie Antlers. I love that movie. That was another movie I was thinking about, kind of similar to well, not similar in the effect of the plot, but more so just the monster itself. So definitely think that was but yeah, that was my take on the use of the monster. My favorite. Well, that kind of jumped into my next point. But yeah, that was my favorite.
I would have liked to have seen a more demonic possession entity instead of just a tall man.
Well, but towards the end is when they
I know, but they could have done it better, I think.
You think so? Well, I guess, what are you using as a comparison?
You thought it should have been like a satanic looking.
But wasn't that just like an embodiment? Like, the creature is really like a spirit.
It just took over the
mother.
It basically takes over her mind. I'm pretty sure all of it was in her mind anyway.
Because it wasn't real. Because when they kept flashing like a different angle, it's like it wasn't real. But
also, her strategy was stupid. All she had to do to not pass it on was kill herself. Oh, hang on.
Well, but then then you gotta think from a human standpoint, like, how hard is it for you to kill yourself?
Oh, but you run to the cabin that anybody would come looking for you because your sister knows about it, her husband knows about it, your ex-boyfriend that you've been having help you the entire time knows about it. That's why I'm there.
Well, no, because I agree. I think that, but I think the movie was trying to incorporate. I understand.
It was trying to incorporate the cabin, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, the cabin in itself. But I also think that, just from her mindset, she was thinking that was just the best thing, and it's in its entirety. But also, she was trying to overcome that fear that they kept applying to her.
Because her mom killed herself.
Well, not even like the fact that she killed herself, just that entire scene of her walking in and seeing how her mom was. I feel like that is what they were trying to incorporate into the end of the movie. Basically the intro to the outro, which I like when movies do that. So, I mean, yeah, it would have been it, because I know, like, using movie logic. I think that in the sense of what the movie was attempting to do, we always like to, all of us likes to apply what we believe the movie should do or what characters should do, but then, you got to think of it from a standpoint of, what if they did do that, we wouldn't really have a movie. So, you got to really take what you're willing to die on a hill about. But I think that, I agree. I think that it is other ways that she could have went about doing it. But then again, we wouldn't have had the scenes that we did towards the end. So I think that's good. So
I think this was a type of entity where you can't get rid of.
Mm-hmm.
So going into that, you already brought it up a little bit. Isn't this just a shot-for-shot remake of It Follows?
Well, I don't think it is a shot-for-shot remake for It Follows. I do think that inspiration, or maybe even, I don't know, the background, should have did a little bit more homework, but maybe even some of the inspiration or the person that produced It Follows had an effect on this movie. But again, to your point, I think that, It Follows, basically, if you haven't seen it, haven't recommended, no spoilers, just because I think that it's a great movie. You should just go experience for yourself. But what I can say that's not really a spoiler, because it's just well known, is that basically It Follows is a sexually transmitted disease. It's like a horror themed version of a sexually transmitted disease that comes and kills you. And it just destroys you, like, your whole body just gets messed up and everything. But as far as the similarities, I think that is different, because it's more like psychological versus like physical.
Yeah.
Like, you're not physically doing it with someone for it to attack you.
Yeah.
It's more like, it's more so like you're seeing, it's trauma versus STD, basically.
Yeah.
So really, because this is traumatic. When you see someone, like, if I saw some,
the main way that this one travels is by trauma.
Exactly. The other one is a physical.
Yes.
Yes.
And I thought for a second there that they were gonna do like Truth and Dare, where at the end she goes on to YouTube. Oh, everybody, Truth or Dare. I thought she was gonna kill somebody in front of a camera and show it to people, so that it just spread.
Everybody.
It spread all over.
And that was a good point. Go ahead.
So what if like she faked it in the camera? Like she pretended she killed somebody? Can that be?
It might still.
Can that be?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it would be traumatic for the people watching.
Well, and I think though, even if she was to fake kill it, I don't think that would have worked in itself, because I feel like the monster feeds on it does feed on fear in itself.
To the people watching, it would have been actual trauma.
Right, but well, I guess that's like a loophole.
We'll call the director after this.
Yeah. Try to see their opinions on it, but yeah, overall, Marcus, what's your take on it? I think that we heard this side.
I thought some stuff.
No, towards
I thought you got jump scares on your list.
Jump scares.
I think it was properly done.
Oh yeah.
It was.
My favorite part was the hospital part, where she was in the car with the knife, and then she goes in and just starts stabbing that dude, but then it's all on her head.
Well, that's what I was gonna say too. I love the parts of the movie where you don't know if it's really happening or not, and they did a very good job into making you believe, like, okay, what's real, what's not. Just bring up scenes that's not going into too much spoiler, but the cat scene was.
There's been a spoiler warning. It's okay. Just go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm saying like just not to, for time's sake, not to go into too much detail, but I'm just gonna bring up points like when she was at her.
When she was wrapping the present.
Wrapping a present. Yeah. You didn't see that. You just saw when at the birthday party, and I didn't even know if that was real.
I did not think it was real.
Yeah, I didn't think it was real until like the after effects of the party.
She's in the hospital.
I like the aspect
and also
that they thought that she was crazy.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you didn't know what's real. Like, I feel like the movie was trying to say, like, without knowing what's real, it's like, am I crazy? Like, is it like, because I'm starting to understand how she's feeling, which I think they did an amazing job on how to make you understand. Because originally, she was the one giving the person in the beginning the same stuff that everybody's telling her, like, oh, it's just mentally in your mind. You just need somebody to assist you with all this stuff, and she, going through her own trauma. So now they're seeing, like, they're basically is making you, the viewer, understand how she's feeling. You're the only one that understands how she feels because you're the one watching the film, and it's kind of like that sense of understanding how she's feeling, but no one else is. And it's just, I feel like they portrayed that quite a bit. But yeah, like, it was just scenes in a movie. If you see it or you've already seen it, that you don't know what's real, you don't know what it is. So true. So yeah, I think just the last thing I had was originality of the film, and then just give scores towards the end. Right?
Let's go ahead and go ratings.
You ready to jump into ratings?
Well, I was just saying originality, but I think it was original. I think it was an original enough movie. But yeah, I'm ready for ratings. Go ahead.
You got anything else to say?
Oh, so you thought it was original?
I thought it was.
Oh damn!
Spend a minute on it. I think when I say like original, I guess how I'm using that term original, as in like I haven't seen another instance. Not saying it hasn't been done, but another instance of where suicide has been the base for a monster film, or not even. I'm not going to say a monster film, but suicide has been a base of a horror film where, and let me not say like, because it is other movies that you do use suicide, but in effect of where they're playing off trauma instead of something else. So I think that's what I call original to a degree. So that's my
okay. I'm ready to go to ratings.
All right, cool.
You ready to go into ratings or?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. But do we got any good movies coming up, Frank?
Oh, you know what? Thank you, Jamel. Check this out. We have Halloween Ends in theaters, or you can see it on Peacock, where we see Michael Myers. Is he going to die? Is it going to end? Are they going to keep it going? Who knows? We also have Black Adam, where we see The Rock become Black Adam. And I don't even know what you would call it, because he was already Black Adam. Who knows? Or we have Till, where we see Emmett Till's mother seeking justice for her 14-year-old son, because he was lynched in 1955 when he was visiting his cousin in Mississippi.
Thank you, Frank.
Thanks, Frank.
All right, start us off in ratings.
You want me to go first? I'm gonna give this movie an 8 because it was good. Jump scares was good. The main character really she broke down psychologically so much that it just became so real at the end.
I'm gonna give it an 8 as well. Like going off what he said, the jump scares was on point. Like that's what I like looking forward for in movies. Horror movie.
He held my hand a lot during that movie.
He did. I held your hand too, boy.
You did? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
He was sitting in between us.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
You ready to piss his pants?
Yeah. I knew I smelled something.
Yeah.
Yeah, them jeans was wet, boy. But I guess for me, I think I give this movie a 9.5. I think it was, and the only reason why I didn't give it that last 0.5 to make it a 10 is because I do feel like I think it follows. I'm using it as a comparison, but I think that that movie just got a 10 from me, and it's affecting my score for this one, unfortunately, just because they do have a lot of similarities. But overall, really good film. Definitely love the cast. There was just, I think just using that as a comparison. So,
Right. I'm gonna go ahead and give it an 8.5. I thought it was a very good horror movie. It was super suspenseful. You didn't know what was going to happen. So overall, 8.5, decent film. All right. Well, we'd like to thank you for joining us on another episode of Fan Star Reviews. I'd like to remind you guys that my name is Jamel.
I'm Angel.
And I'm Frank.
I'm Josh.
We're going to see you on the next one. If you like that video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Peace.